Good morning. Welcome back, guest of honor. It is 8 o'clock, and I literally just got out of bed, washed my face, brushed my teeth, and I'm going to jump right into my stretch, relax, release routine because I am still tight from my workout on my obstacle course, and I want to loosen up a little bit. So, what I've done is I've brought up my yoga trapeze, which I already mentioned in a previous video, just yesterday actually, was down in my basement. And I just tethered in my doorway along with the other ones. And this is how high it hangs off the ground, a good 2 feet. I got this one from Walmart online for $36. I'm already starting to stretch. For $36. And I realized after the fact that I could actually make my own. If you have a good sewing machine, good morning, recording. Good morning. If you have a good sewing machine, if you have the proper hooks, you can just look at the package and see how much weight each hook can bear. And again, I'm going to be using my bands. And I have so much material in my house, old sheets, old curtains, that you can easily make your own trapeze if you don't want to spend the money. Recycle what you have in your house. And I'm going to go look more presentable and then get into this workout or stretch. All right, back and ready. And I cheated because I got all my snap, crackle, and pops out while I was getting ready. So I do this move when I'm putting on my socks, and I kind of do this squat, and it just cracks my back. And then of course, you got 2 feet, got to put it on the other side, and do this squat, and it cracks my back. So hopefully all the snap, crackle, and pops are out. But we're going to start. I left my black and my red band on here so I can start off with some really good stretches. So I pretty much stand in my doorway and I go forward. And this band can hold all 140 pounds of me. Yes, 140 pounds. And that's just leaning. And I can feel that here, stretching through my armpit all the way up to my fingertips is a good stretch. And that's just leaning. And if I go up this way and pull back, it stretches my arms backwards and it feels so good. And for the resistance, I can pull forward. And that's a really good stretch. A stretch when you wake up first thing in the morning. That's an even better one. This kind of stretches out my shoulders, just pulling this band. And you can do this with a cloth. I'll show you. This is one of my head wraps. I have them in almost every room of my house, just laying around for such a time as this. So even if you don't have bands, you have something. A pillowcase works. Side stretches. Whew. Feels great. And my camera's propped up on top of my bed. I can literally just put my foot up on my bed. I have a captain's bed, so it's about a good 3 feet off the ground. So I can have storage underneath. But anyway, you could just put your leg up on your bed and do a lunge. Get a good stretch. Hips. Or if you have bands or yoga trapeze, you can stretch this way. again, these are just quick stretches. Now, the back stretch that I was talking about yesterday, you put it under your armpits, or you can just lean back and stretch. Without my bands being in the way, I can get a really good stretch. When I'm coming back up, it's not snatching me in my face. But I do stretch out the cloth. And you can sit in it and also lean back. It stretches out quite a bit. Without swinging. That is quite a rush, hanging upside down. But when I say it does wonders for my spine, it does wonders. Now, another way to elongate, you can go to the playground, you can sit in a swing and do that same stretch. Don't be wrapping your feet around those chains though. I can't help you if you get tangled up or fall. I don't take responsibility. But if you have a yoga trapeze, if you can make your own, that is a good way to stretch out your back, especially if you do, I want to say the word is kinesthetic workouts, where there's any form of jumping. Or if you can't jump and you need something really light to do, it works. Now I'm getting tangled in my bands. So we're already 8 minutes in to the stretch, and now I'm just going to do some simple stretches, and that's all for this. There was a pop in the back of my neck, but now that's out, and I already feel 100% better and awake for my day. I'm going to take my trapeze down because I'm actually finished with it. So yesterday I was using the handles to my bands, and it has this rolling piece on it. To keep it from rolling up my leg, I just added a shoestring, and that's what I tethered my bands to. This way it won't roll up my foot as quickly and then roll up my calf muscles, and then I have to keep adjusting it. So even if you wear socks, it's even better. Now I can do these leg stretches. So the resistance of the band is what's helping me stretch right now. And the further out I go, the deeper the stretch I get. side stretch. This one is a little tricky. You gotta adjust that thing. And a small lunge. That's all for that foot. And gotta keep it even because you got 2 feet. Oh, my sunlight left. My camera's dimmer. Further. Even leaning into my doorway, I'm getting a good shoulder stretch. That feels really good. Last stretch. And that is all. That is my 10-minute morning stretch, and that's unedited.